right? Let's say the mitochondria is set up like this. There is an inner membrane, right? Inside of here is what we call the matrix. The matrix is where you have the TCA cycle. Now the TCA cycle will generate FADH2 and NADH, and what is their job? Is to carry it to the electron transport chain. Okay, let's enlarge the electron transport chain so that you have a better understanding. If this is, let's say that I pump, my electrons fall, on your hydrogen, you carry an electron. So as the hydrogen is crossing over into this little space here, the inner membrane space, your electrons are falling. So these electrons are negatively charged and hydrogen is positively charged because it's split off from the electrons. Now at the very end of this cascade, we'll take a look at it shortly, you have a buildup of hydrogen, lots and lots of hydrogen. So now what do you want to do with the hydrogen? The body is very efficient. It will have a pump. And what happens now is, as these electrons are falling, they need to fall onto some atom. Well, the final electron acceptor, like I said, was oxygen, right? So we're not going to be specific right now about numbers, but let's say half of O2, and I put a little dot on it to represent the electron. And I have hydrogens being pushed across this pump. And this pump is an ATP generator. It generates ATP every time you pump your hydrogen across. The result of pumping hydrogen and having oxygen available is H2O. I generate ATP, and a byproduct of my ATP generation is water. So let's look at this again. Who carries electrons and hydrogens across to the electron transport chain? We said it was FADH2 and it was NADH. And what is their job? To drop off the hydrogens and the electrons so that they can go through this cascade right here. Don't worry about how it works, just understand the principle, and the idea is to get the hydrogens across to increase the concentration gradient so that you can have ATP generation as a result of the concentration moving across this pump. So same thing as what I said, NADH or FADH2 will drop off the hydrogens and electrons. The electrons will follow or flow down the chain. The hydrogens will be pumped across, creates a lot of hydrogens here. Their concentration gradient wants to drag them across. Since our body is efficient, we're going to use it to generate our ATP. And that's how carbohydrate metabolism works, and that's how ATP is made.